Greetings, esteemed black homeschooling parents. Baba Amin here, and I'm here to let you know that it's time to take charge of our children's education like never before. And I have exciting news for you. The Uhuru Academy online K-12 private school and homeschool partnership is here to change the game. And we're enrolling. Listen up. Our curriculum is proudly African-centered, empowering young minds with knowledge that celebrates our rich heritage, our roots, and our greatness. Yes, you heard that right. We have students from all corners of the world, and our vision is to create a generation of leaders who are visionary, confident, and empowered. Black homeschooling parents, let's unite and give our children the gift of an education that fuels their pride, elevates their potential, and ignites their passion for greatness. Visit us at uhuruacademy.com to secure your child's position at the Uhuru Academy, the premier partner in empowering our leaders of tomorrow. Peace.
Uhuru Academy overall is an amazing school from the teacher to the students. It's a place where kids can build their confidence and learn how to write, read, type, all of that good stuff. We learn our history here. We honor our ancestors, so we learn about who we are and where we come from, and I really enjoy this about this school. And like everybody's pretty much saying, it's a safe space, and we can always be able to feel like we can open up to our classmates and our teachers. So that's what I love.
I love the environment and that they promote not being afraid to ask for help.
Something positive about the Uhuru Academy is this is a safe space, and you can be able to say whatever you want to say without being embarrassed, just like how Imani said. I've been able to, sometimes I can be shy talking around people, but y'all have taught me not to be shy and everything. This is a very good school. The part that I love about this is when we do ancestor reverence and African history.
I think this is the greatest school I've ever went to because you teach me about my history, and at the other schools they never taught me one thing about my history. They just taught, the only black people they talked about at my other schools were Carter G. Woodson, Martin Luther King, and I think that's it. So you guys helped me learn my true history.
Habari Gani. Habari Gani, family. Habari Gani. We have made it. We have made it to the 7th day of Kwanzaa, our first ever virtual Kwanzaa, 7-day global virtual Kwanzaa celebration. We made it the whole 7 days, right? Each day we've got online as an Uhuru Academy family, and we celebrated our culture. We've celebrated our people. We've celebrated our movement, right? It's been an opportunity to talk about the history of the Uhuru Academy. It's been an opportunity to showcase the genius, the natural genius in our students in the Uhuru Academy. It's been an opportunity to outline our vision for the Uhuru Academy. And it's been an opportunity to create new relationships, you know what I'm saying, as a result, you know what I'm saying, of people being exposed. And we've been getting inquiries about new students and families that want to meet and discuss enrolling their children inside the Uhuru Academy as well. So this has been a powerful community Kwanzaa. I am Baba Amin Ojuwo, co-founder of the Uhuru Academy, along with my beautiful wife, Nkoyo Ojuwo. All right. And we are celebrating our 13th year, going on 14. We're in 2024. So we're in our 14th year, y'all, from 2010 to now. Our 14th year of African-Centered education, our 14th year of taking our babies' education into our own hands, our 14th year of meeting new Africans, empowering new parents, pulling the genius, the natural genius out of African children, and using the African-Centered education movement as a vehicle to bring our people together. I couldn't be more proud, and it couldn't have happened except by faith. It couldn't have happened except by Imani. It couldn't have happened without a strong belief. Not just a belief in myself and my abilities, but I had to believe in my community too. I had to believe in Black people in order to get this done. I had to believe that this is something that we want. I have to continue to believe that this is something that we want, that there are enough of us out there that know that we want this. You know what I'm saying? It's enough of us out there to get this built, to get this done, to see this vision come into fruition. It's been a 14-year ride, and we're still in phase one, right? The Uhuru Academy is still not what it's going to be. So we need Imani, which is today's Nguzo Saba. Imani, which means faith. And before we get into Imani, and I share a few words about Imani and talk about our story and the role that Imani has played in our story and continues to play in our story, we have to do what we always do. And that's by honoring our ancestors first through the pouring of libation. I got my cup here. I got my plant here off to the side because our cup run my flower pot runneth over, right? We've been pouring libation into the plant all week. So I have to sit it in a safe space because I can't have it leaking all over my gadgets. You know what I'm saying? And so we're gonna call libation out today. I may step from the screen as and to do the asha. I really just gotta reach over. I really just got to reach over like this. So we're good, right? So we're good. And we're going to honor our ancestors who we invite to be with us and to guide us from their plane of awareness so we could be about the things that we're about and say the things that we're about to say. As African people, we recognize that we're only here because our ancestors were here. So who are we to begin any endeavor without honoring them first? Ashe. Ashe. And I know I'm in this room by myself right now because I got a couple of families backstage. But put your ashes in the chat. You can put your ashes in the chat. All right, all right. Let's see. Let me do this right quick. Don't get mad because I type fast, y'all. All right, boom, there we go. Some people get jealous because I be typing fast. I got skills like that, been right in the middle of the thing. Hey, you know what? And I thank the ancestors, y'all. I've been able to stream every day. I've been producer, I've been host, I've been able to tell and share this story. I've been able to bring some powerful people on, like Dr. Oya Mayat, to talk throughout the week. So it's been a beautiful experience. And I see we already have some people putting who they want to honor in the chat. And we're going to start with Miss DB, proud Uhuru Academy parent. She would like to honor Henry Woodards. Ashe. Ashe. All right. Y'all, I would like to honor my mother, right? My mother, Alice Baker. Ashe. Ashe. All right. I would also like to honor Dr. John Henry Clark. Ashe. Ashe. I'd like to honor Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. Ashe. Ashe. I'd like to honor Dr. Joseph Ben Yakinen. Ashe. I say, and feel free to put who you would like to honor in the chat. Yes, Ernestine Wilburn. Make sure I say Ernestine Wilburn. I say. And brother or sister who posted Miss Ernestine, your mom, tell me your name because I'm getting Facebook user on the stream. So tell me your name so I can shout you out. You know what I'm saying? But yes, Miss Ernestine Wilburn, I say. My auntie Billy McLean, I say. Dr. Patricia Reynolds, I say. Resting in power. All right. Elmer Mayberry, I say. Janine Wilburn, I say. My beautiful mother, Alice Baker. Thank you. That's one of our students, Imani Moore, honoring my mother, Alice Baker. I say. Lena Mayberry, I say. I'd like to honor my big brother, Kenneth Darren Thomas. I say. I'd like to honor Queen Mother Moore. I say. Y'all, I would like to honor Stephanie Bennett. I say. I'd like to honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I say. Jonathan Duck. I say. I'm loving the participation this morning. All right, y'all, I would like to honor. He just transitioned and joined the ancestors on Thursday. Very powerful brother. His family is actually a part of the Uhuru Academy family. Our student Amos' grandfather, great freedom fighter, Baba Kamal Rashidi Kambon. I say. Okay, we got Myrtle Payne and Aunt Bernice. I say. All right. Oh, thank you for honoring us. We're honoring our ancestors right now, but definitely shout out to Baba Barudi, Baba Imhotep. Those are my comrades. So shout out to them definitely. I would like to honor my father, Robert Parker. I would like to honor Kwame Nkrumah. I would like to honor Dr. James Turner. I say. I'd like to honor all those who transitioned in the Middle Passage. I say. All right, y'all. Yo, at this time, we honor all those we have not named, but we certainly have not forgotten. I say. Oh, let me add Dr. Renoko Rashidi. I say. Yeah. Oh, and I say to Shirley Chisholm as well. I say, we come from a beautiful and powerful people. So how can we not have faith? We come from a beautiful and powerful people. So how can we not believe? Y'all, we're not supposed to be here. It's only through faith. It's only through a belief that our ancestors had during the Ma'afa, right? That carried us through as a people, throughout the Ma'afa, throughout slavery, throughout Jim Crow, so that we might be here today. And it is that faith that's going to carry us what? Carry us forward. It is through faith that my wife and I walk, when you walk away from your job to start a new venture, right? They say, you're walking on faith. Oh, and I did not see in the private chat for the Mortimer family, they wanted to honor Malcolm X, I say, and they want to honor the late, great Chokwe Lumumba, I say, right? Look, Zora Neale Hurston, y'all, we come from a powerful people. Globally, we come from a powerful people. Maurice Bishop of Grenada, Walter Rodney, right? Marcus Mosiah Garvey, Kwame Nkrumah, the upright man, Thomas Sankara, Ya Asantewa, Queen Nzinga. Y'all, we've been fly. We've been incredible. We've been a people who believed, the people who didn't mind going up against the odds. We've been creatives. We haven't always been slaves, y'all. We don't come from slavery. It was through faith that the early ancestors were able to survive. It was through faith that the early great civilizations were built. Someone had to have a vision, and someone had to believe that that vision was going to be brought into what? Into fruition. When Imhotep designed the world's first complete stone pyramid, there had been none before him. He had to see it, conceive it, come up with a plan, and then enact that plan. But in order to do that, in order to persevere on a project that would take years to build, you also have to have faith. You also have to have a belief that it can get done. You not only that it can get done, but you also have a belief that it needs to get done. You have to have a strong belief that it's necessary. Then you have to be willing to go through the painstaking process of making it happen. That's the foundation of the Uhuru Academy. Today, I'm going to share our vision. I'm going to share our vision today through a short PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to share our vision, where we're going with the Uhuru Academy. I'm going to talk about where we've been. I'm going to talk about where we are, and then I'm going to talk about where we're going. I want you to like and share this video. I want you in the comments. I want you to hang out with me for a couple of short hours. We're going to talk about Uhuru Academy, past, present, and future. And we're also going to bring in one of our prized instructors. Brother Sean Gales is going to join us, a powerful Black and Walimu doing powerful things in the public school system that was trained through the Uhuru Academy. And he has a very inspirational story. I'm going to bring him on, and he's going to join me today, right now. Y'all, if we don't believe it, we can't achieve it. If we're not tuned in, if we're not locked into the mission, it's not going to happen. And the Uhuru Academy has been a testimony of what Black people can do when we come together, when we practice umoja, when we practice kuji chakulia, when we practice ujama, when we practice nia, koumba, and imani. This has been an adventure. This has been an adventure of bringing our people together. We have students in the Uhuru Academy from all parts of Black life. And I'm honored to be standing in front of you today. I always believe, I don't ever worry about how many people are here. I always believe that those are here who need to be here. But at the same time, we want to spread the word, right? This is a fundraiser. This is a fundraiser with a fundraising goal. We're going to be streaming on the last 7 days of every month. We're going to restream every broadcast from this Kwanzaa plus some extra interviews. And we're going to be talking about the Uhuru Academy vision on the last 7 days of every month. It's going to be like Kwanzaa 365. And I need the family with me. I need our soldiers with me. I need those who believe that we need to take what we're doing at the Uhuru Academy and expand it. I need you with me. Are y'all ready to go? Are y'all ready to ride? Y'all, when I came up with this endeavor, when my wife and I came up with this endeavor, we knew that it was going to be difficult. We knew that there were going to be obstacles in our way, and there was fear. There was fear that once we founded this school and we put think about it, we had 5 children at the time. We had 5 children at the time when we founded the Uhuru Academy, walked off of our jobs and founded the school with no students, with no funding, just a belief that we can get this done. Here we are 14 years later. We ain't never missed a day of school, and we got 3 more children. So things didn't slow down. Things kind of sped up. Here we are 14 years later. Not only do we have community partners like UASC International, Uhuru Academy, South Carolina International, but now we have a global online program. We've never missed a day of school. 14 years later, and we helped put a school on the ground in the 5th Ward in Houston, Texas, the Prince Circle Legends Academy. 14 years later, we're still here. 14 years later, and we're about to graduate a student that's been with us since kindergarten. We're about to graduate that student from high school. 14 years later, we're here. And we're here by faith. Ashe? Ashe. Now, here's the thing though. Fear did set in, right? And so when I think about faith, I always think of the principles of Kwanzaa in terms of action, right? In the definition of Imani, of course, it translates to faith, but the Kwanzaa definition is to believe with all our heart in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness and victory of our struggle. Ooh-wee. To believe with all our heart in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness and victory of our struggle. I want you to hold on to that. Hold on to that, because when I hear that definition, an African proverb comes to mind. Right? An African proverb comes to mind for me because I'm about action. I'm about what are you going to do with that belief? When you have that belief, what are you going to do with that belief? And when we started the Uhuru Academy, when I saw the vision, when I saw that, wait a minute, we can build the most powerful institution of learning for Black people all over the world. I wasn't thinking in a competitive sense, like mine gonna be better than somebody else. I'm just thinking that's our vision, that's our goal. And if we have 1,000 different schools with that same goal, how will that impact education for our children? So I'm going to do my part, and I'm going to strive to build the most powerful education institution in the world for Black children. And when I saw what that looked like, I got excited, then I got scared. Like, oh my goodness. I even had people who I would share that with tell me things like, well, you better make sure you got plenty of security. Oh, man, you try to do something for Black people, they'll try to hurt you. Oh, man, I had one older brother say, boy, them white folks ain't going to let you do that. Them white folks ain't going to let you do that. So all the doubt was trying to creep in, all of that, and it was like, well, you ain't got $1 million. You ain't got a whole bunch of money. You ain't got this. You don't have that. You know that. And I'm like, golly, here it comes, right? But it brings me to today's proverb, and we every day of Kwanzaa we discuss an African proverb that I feel is related to that principle, right? Just like every day at the Uhuru Academy, after we honor, y'all really need to enroll your children in the online program. I ain't gonna go off on too much of a tangent, but if you're ready to rescue your child and liberate your child from the public food system, and you want to put them in a homeschooling environment, a virtual learning environment that's second to none, that's going to affirm them, oh man, Uhuru Academy Online is now enrolling. But let me get back to where I'm going, because I'll drop a commercial in the mix in a heartbeat. I got afraid. And I wasn't afraid. The assassination attempts didn't scare me. It didn't. What I don't have didn't scare me. It didn't. The victory scared me. When I looked at where we were headed, I looked at how vast that could be. When I saw visions of young people here and young people on the continent talking and exchanging with each other, growing up and doing business with each other. When I looked and I saw whole new Black communities, the only thing when people say I'm gonna move out the hood, the only thing that bothers me about that is that we don't move out the hood to build a better hood, right? We don't move out of this neighborhood because we built a new neighborhood, but through education, you can do that. When I started seeing community building, when I started seeing Black land ownership, when I started seeing global citizens taking leadership all over the world, that scared me a little bit. Ooh, right? And I knew I had to guard against, when the doors open, I had to guard against being too afraid to walk through. Sometimes it's safer to stay small. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Well, today's proverb says this: he who fears the son will not become chief. And let me just put that up. Let me put that up right quick. Let me put that up. Here it is. He who fears the son will not become chief. See, we're talking about faith. And sometimes, man, when when you're about to make a big move, when my wife and I decided we're gonna somehow open an independent school with no funding while raising 5 children that soon to become 8 children, we had to believe in it before we took our first step. And we couldn't fear the sun. We couldn't fear the victory. We had to embrace it. We couldn't fear it. We couldn't fear the journey. We had to embrace the journey, embark on the journey. He who fears the son will not become chief. I'm gonna let Puppet Baba let y'all in on what this proverb means to him. Peace and power, scholars. Baba Amin back again with another powerful African proverb. Today's proverb is, he who fears the son will not become chief. I'm gonna say that again. He who fears the son will not become chief. Scholars, this proverb reminds us, right, that if we're seeking to lead, whether we're seeking to lead vocally or seeking to lead by example, which is the most powerful form of leadership, we can't fear being seen. We can't fear being heard. We can't fear other people seeing us. We can't fear failure. We can't fear that, and we can't fear success. A lot of people out here are afraid to succeed because with success comes responsibility, right? And a lot of people are afraid to fail because they feel like with failure comes embarrassment. Well, look, he who fears the son will not become chief. There's gonna come a time where you're gonna have to prove yourself. Whether it's when you go out to get that job, whether it's when you try to join that team, whether it's when you open up your own business, there's gonna come a day where you're gonna have to stand in the sun. And remember, he who fears the son will not become chief. Don't sit on your ideas. Don't sit back and just dream about what you want to do. Go after what you want to do. Don't be afraid. Don't fear the sun. Don't fear the sunlight. Yes, the sun can be hot, but the sun also gives life. The sun also feeds you nutrients that you need. It's just like pursuing your goals. So yes, there will be challenges. There may be people who turn you down and say no. There may be obstacles in your way. But if you hang in there, just like when you hang in there when you're in the sun, you'll get all the nutrients, all the lessons that come with the journey. But he who fears the sun will not become chief. We are educating you to become leaders, whether that means being a vocal leader or whether that just means being a great example of what you do. We don't want you to fear that spotlight when it comes. We don't want you to fear that opportunity when it comes, because a lot of people underachieve simply because they fear being seen, simply because they fear taking a chance. They love to dream about it, but when it's time to make it real, when they see the brightness of the sun, when they see the brightness of the spotlight, when they see with what comes with being known as the best or as one of the best, they freeze. But he or she who fears the sun will not become chief. Today, write a story with this as the moral of the story, and then let us know what this proverb means to you. Happy writing. Peace. All right. Oh, I meant that as an assignment too, by the way. This is an active Kwanzaa, all right? This is an active Kwanzaa. I want you to write down what that proverb means to you. I do. Take time out too. When you can do this is a cool activity with your family. Write a story with that proverb, with this proverb as the moral of the story. Discuss this proverb with the family today. He who fears the sun will not become chief. I'm going to have you here for a few minutes. When you leave, you can go and say, Mama, hey, Pookie, hey, so come here. We have a proverb, a Kwanzaa proverb today that we want to discuss. It says, he who fears the sun will not become chief. Parents, you might go in and sit down with your babies today and say, hey, I want to tell y'all a story. He who fears the son will not become chief. And that story might relate to somebody's story in your family. You may have had an ancestor during the Jim Crow days that beat the odds and became a successful businessman or successful businesswoman. You could tell the story of someone in your lineage and apply this proverb to them. He who fears the sun will not become chief. Our very survival as a people is related to this proverb. You don't think there were times where even as a collective, we didn't know if we should go on? We didn't know if we should keep fighting? What if Harriet Tubman would have got too afraid to escape? What if Frederick Douglass would have been too afraid when he saw orators and speakers on stage, and him being a fugitive himself, escaping slavery, looked on stage and said, even though his spirit was calling him, get up there and speak, get up there and speak. What if he would have ignored that, feared the sun, and said, I'm not going to say anything? How would that have changed our history? He who fears the sun will not become chief. That's your topic of discussion in your household today. Ashe? All right. He who fears the sun. Matter of fact, what does this proverb mean to you? And I want to introduce you to one of our families. I believe they're in their third year with the Uhuru Academy, the Mortimers. We're going to go to New York City. All right, y'all. We've been to Ghana this week. We've been to Chicago. We've been to Atlanta this week. We've been all the way to California this week. We're going to go to New York today. We're going to go to New York. Let me bring the Mortimer family up. Peace, family.
Peace, can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. How y'all doing today?
We good. How you doing, Keith?
Right. Good. Is that Keone?
Yeah, the whole family here. And
my whole family. Oh, mama's here too. All right, beautiful.
Right here.
All right, beautiful. Hey, wait a minute, let's do this right. Habari Gani.
Habari Gani.
Yes. And then the response is Imani.
Imani, right.
Imani, which means faith, right? And so everyone, whole world, I'm on right now with the Mortimer family, beautiful family out of New York. And number one, thank you all for joining us today. And thank y'all for joining us pretty much every day for the last, 3 years almost?
Yeah, thank you for having us. And Keone, yes, we have, yes, and you're welcome. Every day, huh?
And that's a beautiful thing. And as we celebrate Imani, as we celebrate faith, one of the things that we recognize when we founded the Uhuru Academy was that it takes a tremendous amount of Imani for a family to entrust the Uhuru Academy with the education as an education partner for their child, and an amazing amount of Imani to make the decision, I'm going to homeschool. We're not putting our children in the public school system, right?
That's right. That's right, Baba. I mean, we also felt that vision and then fear of what we're gonna see our children as. Man, they're gonna be really out here after being homeschooled their whole life, and they're gonna go into the world and do their thing. It's like it's excitement and fear and what's gonna, and what they're gonna be.
And fear at the same time. Yes. And that's why it takes that village, right? And that's one of the reasons why our vision for the Uhuru Academy, right, is to build our platform to a capacity where we're taking in hundreds of these special students, hundreds and thousands of these special students throughout the world that we're grooming to get out here and really make significant impact. Right. So they won't be alone. What I want to do is kind of ask you all in the spirit of Imani, in the spirit of faith, how has y'all's homeschool journey been? What led you to the Uhuru Academy, and how do you feel about the journey so far?
Okay. Yeah, we pretty much planned to homeschool even before we had Keone, our first child.
Okay.
We've been through the public school system, and we figured we could probably do a better job.
Ashe.
And I think, Baba, I think me and you've been linked up since even through different social media, even since before Keone, really.
Yes.
And I taught at a local Afrikan-Centered school. So when you started doing that, I said, of course, that's what we're going to do. It wasn't even no second thought. And then once Keone said she was ready to start, to expand, we said, all right, we're going to join. And as you can remember, we've tippy-toed our way through too.
Yeah.
And we did 2 days in the week. Now I think Keone up to 3 or 4 days now, 3 days. Yep. So we've been kind of, it's always been the plan, basically. You just came to us at the same time as we was working out our plan, and it's been nice. It's been fun and great.
I say. Well, we definitely enjoy having Keone in class. She is a young scientist, and a creative scientist at that. Like this, and all the great scientists are, and she has innovation just written all over her. Right. And so it's an honor to have her as a part of the school. I want to know, y'all, our African proverb today: he who fears the sun would not become chief. Can I ask Keone, what does this proverb mean to you when you hear this proverb? He, or let's say she who fears the sun will not become chief.
Stand up here. She coming around to answer.
No,
it's like if you are scared to ever do something and you didn't even try, you're not gonna accomplish anything
at all. You're not even gonna. You have no chance of accomplishing anything. Yeah.
I say. And one of the things we don't want to have is to never try.
Right. Because then you get old and you always look back and are so sad of what you could have did. You didn't even try. That's no way to become an elder and feel that. That's no way to live.
And a lot of time when you see or experience bitterness coming from an elder or an older person towards their young ones or towards their sons, daughters, a lot of time that comes from a frustration from never trying, from never really putting forth that effort out of a fear, right. And so what we want to do, because especially a lot of us who grew up in generational poverty, you may run into a situation where it just seems like I can't get this out. My dream is to do this, but I didn't know how to pay for college. I didn't have resources to do this, or I didn't have resources to do that. And some of us are carrying that, right? Yeah. But it's very important that we learn how not to transmit the frustration to your children, but instead use that as motivation to provide your children with the opportunities that you didn't have.
Coming up against them obstacles is not an uncommon part of Black American life. Like we come up to them obstacles. It's just part of the game in this country. Yes. And like you say, we have to learn how to, if we do come up to unjumpable obstacles, we have to learn how to learn from it and keep it pushing, and don't try to hold others back who might be able to figure out ways around that obstacle.
I say, and one of the things that's unique to our community, and one of the reasons why, African-Centered education is so important is that with us, and I'm not discussing other people, like other people don't do it or anything like that, but with us, a lot of times we link negative behavior to our ethnicity. Mm-hmm. Right. Where in any group, right? Japanese, it's some janky Japanese people out there.
Of course. They don't link it to their group as a whole.
They don't say they're janky because they Japanese.
Japanese people. That's
so they still build, maintain a nation and a culture, right? There's some janky Chinese people.
Janky people. They don't.
It's janky people. Janky is not exactly. Janky is not culture specific. Right. And so what we have to guard against, though, especially when you are people whose history has been suppressed and lied upon, right? You have to guard against looking at everything that we do or one of us does that janky and say that's who we are as a people, right? I remember being in school and a teacher, dark-skinned teacher, came up to me and because I made good grades, and she was just like, "You are special because you dark-skinned and you got all A's." So it was presented to me that I was special because I was making good grades in spite of my skin color. Right. And so she praised me and kind of destroyed me at the same time.
And that is very common in the public school system in general. And we knew that we needed to avoid that. Because if you have your children in the schools 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, there's absolutely no chance that you can protect against that. They're dealing with how many adults every single day, how many hundreds of children raised in who knows what circumstances every single day. You're not going to be able to avoid your child being affected in whatever way by that kind of treatment. So
that kind of treatment.
We was on some now. We're not taking part in this. We gotta pay for the school system, do our taxes, even though we don't use it, whatever. We gonna do our thing. We gonna see what we can figure out on our own.
I say, and there are thousands upon thousands of Black families out there doing the same thing.
Right.
Doing the same thing, you know, and in this definition of Imani, the first part says to believe with all our heart in our people. It's hard to believe in your people when you believe that everything negative that's done by someone who looks like you is because they're your people. So if someone Black does something dishonest, then the lesson is Black people are dishonest. But if you're Black and you're honest, now you got this psychosis going on. And you feel that the part of you that's good is not attached to who you are. And then we wonder why our children become disenfranchised with education, or they begin lacking confidence that they can go in science, technology, engineering, and math fields, because they feel like guests at the table rather than the ones who actually built the table. And that's our message when it comes to the Uhuru Academy. That's what we want to instill in all of our students. Don't ever question whether or not you belong at a table. You are the table. Your ancestors set the table. You built the table. And if somebody don't want you at their table, go build another table. And
that's our philosophy at home. We don't even we got the table. We make the table.
There it is.
Come sit at our table if you're trying to do something with us. Come down. We got a table already. A table nice too.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. You know, and again, it says to believe with all our heart in our people, our parents. With parents like you, I'm so glad that you're on here today, right? Because you guys represent, for me, the quintessential African parents. Because not only do you have a vision and a plan for your family, for your children, you know what I'm saying, for your businesses and everything that you do, you believe in that plan. You're executing that plan. Right. And I have all the respect in the world for that. And it's easy to practice Imani when you see the mortal. It's easy.
We appreciate that, Baba. I mean,
I'm being real. You know, so if we want to believe in our people, then we have to define who we really are. We have to stop allowing other people to label us something different, y'all. If we want to believe in our parents, then we have to really look. When I talk to a lot of school officials and things like that, it's these parents. It's these parents. It's these parents. Well, the parents went through public school too.
Okay. That's right.
Right.
A lot didn't. A lot stopped school way early.
And a lot stopped school. Right. Yeah. And so now you're saying it's the parents, because the parents don't really believe in the school. The school don't really believe in the parents. Neither one of them really believe in the children. So how can we practice Imani?
Right. We got faith in that ain't nothing gonna go right. That our Imani is facing the wrong direction right now as a people. Everybody knows that Black people ain't nothing, or Black people is this. Black people. If you talk to any people outside, and you're gonna hear all kind of negativity about the faith that they have, about the negative faith that they have in our people. So yeah, you have to consciously say to yourself, nah, that ain't what's going on. I know that it's a different scenario. I got faith that this ain't even real.
And you have to have faith in it, even when you may be surrounded by the other. And a lot of times we feel surrounded by negativity, but what we're really doing is not knowing how to recognize the positivity. I remember when I began teaching back in 1992. And I'm walking through, I was a part of a rites of passage program in Butler Housing, so-called Butler Housing Projects. And my Jagna at the time, Ricky Clark, his saying was there ain't nothing wrong with us that what's right with us can't fix. And so when you go into this neighborhood, you see drug dealing, you see the gang banging, all this. I guess boom, I'm like, oh Lord, am I gonna make it out here alive today? Right. And once I got into the community center and got engaged in the program, right, I started seeing things different. I was like, oh, look at what's right. All right. So I went outside and I looked around. And I saw this one section where children were just running around playing and having a good time, and they were safe. Nothing was happening in this area, right? I saw people loaning each other food. I saw people siphoning electricity illegally, but they were looking out for each other, lighting each other's houses up. And I'm like, man, there's a lot of positive here. I just had to look for it. Perhaps I've been trained not to look for it. And a lot of our teachers, parents, even in that whole school parent teacher dynamic, a lot of times we haven't been trained to look for the positives that are already there. Right. And so being a part of the Uhuru Academy, that's allowed us to focus in and hone in on what's right with us. And I'm gonna tell you something, Mortimers, y'all what's right with us. We appreciate y'all. All right. Thank you for joining me. All right. I'm gonna put y'all backstage. Okay. I really appreciate that.
We listening still. We all here listening.
I say. Cool. All right. Good deal. All right. Shout out to my beautiful sister Cheryl Irvin, the director of the new Akiba Line STEM Learning Center in Broward County, Florida, in the comments. You know what I'm saying? And I like that. I'm gonna put that interesting comment up here. It says Nigerians are beautifully arrogant, and she means this in a complimentary way, in their belief with all their hearts that they are the most brilliant people on the planet. How are these Africans able to do the psychological work that African Americans are still struggling to do? I would say that has a lot to do with controlling your own narrative, or at least controlling more of your narrative. One thing about our brothers and sisters on the continent, and I'm saying this as a result of conversations with our students and families who are on the continent, right, is that they're in a majority minority situation. So going through colonialism, right? There's definitely Eurocentric mindsets that have infected the community, but at the same time, the beauty standards, they not where they should be, but it's a little bit better than us. We're bombarded with anti-Black imagery, bombarded with it, right? I remember even just 4 years ago, moving out here to South Carolina and feeling a culture shock because everybody at the U-Haul was Black. See, I'm from Texas, but we really are the minority. And you go anywhere that's professional, you really don't see more than one Black person. But if you go to Nigeria, if you go to Accra, these places, you're still going to see Black people in law enforcement. Black people are your airline pilots. Black people are your scientists. Black people are your lawyers and doctors and that sort of thing. So I believe a lot of that has to do with coming from a situation where that people that are in industry look like you. Even if mentally they might not be where they need to be as far as being African-centered, but they still look just like you, right? And that's where we struggle. We struggle because we've been lied to and told that we are a minority. So we have a minority mentality. We were raised after the civil rights movement. They pushed an integration agenda, an assimilation agenda that said get away from your Blackness in order to be accepted into society. Don't name that baby Takesha. Ain't nobody gonna hire that baby with a name like that. So we started shifting our narrative in order to fit in, as a mode of survival, in order to fit into America. So we've been on this agenda, and I'm working on a book right now, y'all, called The Integration Report Card, and we're gonna cover this in that book. But we adopted an agenda in our community here in the United States that says, let's get rid of color. Let's get rid of race and just be Americans. The only issue is that the default American is European. The default American adopts a European language, European culture, European beauty standards, a European agenda. That's the default American. And so you become an African American. You become a person of color. You become something different. You're not an all the way American. You're an African American, and you have to get away from your Africanness in order to be an American. And the results of that has been a few of us trickling through into the system, but abandoning any agenda of empowering the Black community at large. Then you have the masses of us who are still steeped in our Africanness, even if it's expressed in different ways. Some of the things we call ghetto, colorful braids and gold teeth and things like that. That's really African culture, right? We demonize our natural culture. We're earth people, y'all. That's who we are. We're rhythmic people. We wear loose clothes. That's in our cultural DNA. Cornrows, locks. That's in our cultural DNA. So when you demonize those things, when you say, "No, you can't look like that and be accepted," then you begin rejecting it for survival. And you'll see a brother like me, even in 2024, you got people that scared to watch this stream. You got people that know I'm live. They know our work. They understand what we do, but they don't have the Imani. They don't have the Imani, the faith to believe in this victory, any victory that's based on us embracing who we are. I love that. I love that, Key. It's a brain drain. It's a brain drain on the continent. It's a brain drain out of the Black community as well. And we participate. We treat life in America like a lottery. It's a trip because in a lot of cities, when it comes to your public schools and your charter schools, what do they have the students and the families enter? A lottery. I'm in the lottery because hopefully he'll get picked to go to the charter school over here, because somebody's not fighting hard enough to keep their local school where it needs to be, on par where it needs to be, improved. We're not fighting to make sure that the tax dollars that need to go to the urban schools where the majority of the Black children are, we're not fighting to make sure that they're getting what they need, because again, we don't have the Imani. We don't show up at the school board meeting because we don't have the Imani. It's all corrupt. They're not going to do nothing anyway. That's a lack of Imani. So we put them all in sports, hoping them, yeah, my baby gonna go to the league one day. My baby gonna go to the league. That's a lottery. Over 3 million Black boys play high school basketball with dreams of going to the NBA. It ain't but what, 32 teams? 15 jobs on each team. Somebody ain't gonna make it. Mostly everybody ain't gonna make it. And how many are surpassing opportunities to get in the engineering program, opportunity to start coding? Like where are the parents that are sitting there like, come on, you can solve that syntax. Come on, let's get how many lines of code that y'all wrote today. Y'all already know what we gonna do. They hiring data scientists out the yin yang. We can start our own cybersecurity business. What y'all gonna do? Let's go. We have to build up our Imani. You have to believe in the victory. We're so distracted today. We're so distracted with entertainment. A lot of times we feel like scrolling is action. I read about it. We're doing a lot of reading about stuff, and we do a lot of talking about stuff, but it takes Imani to take action. Uhuru Academy is about that action. And I understand. I overstand when good people who mean well see me talking and see us walking and see us working, and they kind of go the other way. They're afraid of that action. Like Imani. And you should be more afraid of that fried chicken. You should be more afraid of the harmful foods that you're eating than you are of African-centered education. Some of y'all scared of African-centered education, but ain't scared of cigarettes. Some of you not scared of African-centered education. Some of you scared of African-centered education, but you're not scared of alcohol. You understand what I'm saying? This is your opportunity to become a part of a movement that's moving. This is your opportunity to become a part of an institution that's building. an institution that's providing safe spaces for our children and adults to learn. All right. All right, let's see what we got going on here. We got a special guest today. A young brother we met. It had to be about maybe 7 or 8 years ago. He came by. I met him in Fort Worth. Okay, y'all, let me give a little backdrop. The Uhuru Academy was founded in 2010 in Fort Worth, Texas. One of the things that we recognized early on, right, and in our city, just like in many of y'all cities, you got a lot of Black groups. Right. So whenever you start a business, you got to figure out who's your market. Right. So I said, okay, we're starting an African-Centered school. So all the pro-Black groups are my market. That's my market. Right. And so I said, I'm finna hit up the Muslims. I'm going after the Pan-African people. I'm going to hit up the Moors. We're going to hit up the Rastas. Anybody that has any type of Black nationalist leaning, we knew we were going to market to that aspect of our community. When we began to do that, we found excitement and fear. But in most of them, the fear was bigger than the excitement. Well, what's an antidote for fear in the Black community? Faith. Faith is the antidote for fear. And we some believing people. Now, when I say we don't believe in African-Centered or we don't believe in this, it's not that we're not believers. We are believers. Right? We watch night believers, right? We're communion believers. We're tithe every Sunday. We are believers. We're a believing people. Don't split that poll. We are a believing people, right? It's just about shifting that belief, that belief over that fear, using that faith to conquer that fear. We be saying stuff like, through God, we can do all things, right? And then we get caught up when we run up against this Black inferiority programming that says, yeah, through God, you can do all things except upset white people. Through God, you can do all things except teach Black children Black history. Through God, you can do all things except begin to circulate the dollar in your community in 2024 the same way you did it in 1924. We got miseducated away from that. The inclusion dream got us away from that. So we found ourselves meeting people in the community, engaging, going to rallies, the whole 9 yards, but not much of a response. Mama and Koya and I sat down and we said, man, this is spiritual. This is spiritual. Black people rise above when we believe we have God on our side. One of the major moves we made was the founding of the Temple of New African Unity. We needed a place where Black people from every faith can come and we talk about those things that we have in common. We talk about what we really believe, what we really want, and how that applies to where we're trying to go as a people. So we founded Temple and we said 5%ers, come on. Black Christians, come on. Muslim, everybody go to church. Go to your temple, go to your place. We start temple after church. We start temple after mosque. Let's all come together as a people. The vision was powerful and it worked. Next thing you know, we have Temple, the Temple of New African Unity. We partnered with a Black-owned bookstore in Fort Worth called the Doc Bookshop. And Temple was born. Our only religion in Temple was Black people coming together. That was it. That's what we believed in. We believed in the resurrection of Black people, the upliftment of Black people becoming brave enough and faithful enough to do for self, irregardless of other people's feelings being hurt. If the Korean lady at the hair store, if her pockets got to get hit because sisters are now selling products to themselves, so be it. If the lady at the nail shop is losing business because now sisters are becoming their own estheticians, so be it. If Black construction workers start taking over the trades and other people are upset, so be it. We have the faith that we're going to be okay and our ancestors and our gods are going to guide us and protect us. That's what Temple was. And that's where I met this young man. That's why I met this young man. He has a super inspirational story. I met him at Temple. I was blessed to be there teaching that day. And he came in, and according to him, a shift encountered, a shift happened. According to him, a change was made, and not only through Temple was a change made in him, right? But then he found his true path. I'm gonna let him tell you. I'm gonna bring him in here right now. Mr. Sean Gales.
Man, what's going on?
Mwalimu Sean Gales. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good, man.
That's what's up, man.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Man, Habari Gani.
Man, Imani.
That's what I'm talking about.
Man, bro, I supposed to been on here. What's going on, man?
Huh?
I supposed to been on here. I couldn't miss the last day though.
That's what I'm talking about, man. You know, man, everything happens in divine time. You know what I'm saying? And so you here now. You know, you're here now, and I appreciate you taking time out and jumping on, you know, and sharing with the community today. Because, you know, we got to show receipts during our fundraiser. And that's the thing, man. For all 7 days, we've been talking about the Uhuru Academy story, our mission. We've been showing the pictures. We've been showing the videos. We've been introducing the children, introducing the families. Y'all, we're also producing our teachers of the future, right? And so for you to come on today on faith, on Imani is very important, right? Because at one time you represented the Black child that the community had lost Imani in. You represent the Black child that lost his own faith in what Black people could do and what we could achieve. But then you made a change and made an impact. And I wanted to see if you could come on and just talk a little bit about that.
Man, no problem, man. You know I can do that. Habari Gani, you know, speaking of Imani and speaking of faith, you know, man, you can't lose it. Once you lose faith, then that's half the battle lost already. I kind of like lost mine at one period of time. So I ended up meeting about me, I already told you, I ended up meeting him at the Temple of New African Unity. So at the time, I had never heard of anything African-Centered at all. I had been in Texas for about a year. And while I was in Texas, it's 2015 when I first came to Dallas. Had never been in Dallas. And Black power and Black consciousness and African-Centered stuff and all that, right? Knowledge itself was popular. It was trendy. So I'm on YouTube all day because I don't know nobody in Texas. I don't know nobody in Dallas. I have no friends. I don't know anybody. So I'm on YouTube all day. And all you see on the news is police brutality, Black consciousness. So it was kind of like a time where you can, it was a renaissance going on. So if you was didn't have knowledge yourself, it was everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention, I'm from a small town, so we don't have none of that. We don't have anything pro-Black where I'm from, right? You have a lot of people that's pro-Black in spirit.
And a whole bunch of Black people.
Nothing but Black people where I'm from, but we don't have no outlet. You know what I'm saying? I was always pro-Black and didn't know it. Like I was pro-Black in the sense of Obama runs for president, we got to vote for Obama because he's Black. Right. I knew that. That's all I knew, you know. So anyway, I'm on YouTube all day, man. So I ended up running across Dr. Umar Johnson. Out of all the Black consciousness people that was going on, all the Black conscious, all the teachers and everybody was going on, he was the biggest during the time. And man, I remember the exact video that sparked my interest, right? Because I was in the streets. I had never even heard of anything African-Centered at all. African-Centered education, I never heard of the term. Marcus Garvey, I never heard of the person. I knew Martin Luther King. I heard of Malcolm X. I liked both of them, but I didn't know anything about Marcus Garvey, the RBG flag, the RBG movement. I didn't know anything about none of that, right? Seen a video about Umar Johnson talking about putting your money blindly into church and not get nothing out of it, right? And putting your money into the church put the money into a white bank. The white bank buys up the Black community, raise up the prices, kick you out.
Right.
Damn, that's interesting. That was
they're doing that in Stop 6 right now, but go ahead.
I was like, what?
Yes.
And all the comments was like, man, you stupid as hell. Fuck you, Umar Johnson. Because, you know, I'm in the South, so we Black Christians. So everybody was offended by it. And I was like, nah, like that's real. So I went to another video and he was talking about African-Centered education. That's it. That was his whole thing.
Right.
His Johnson thing was I'm going to raise money for this school. I'm going to build my own school. It's going to be an African-Centered school. Things like that, right? as I started to watch Umar Johnson, he'll mention other scholars for me to go look up. You know, he talking about Marcus Garvey. Let me go find out who this is. So through Marcus Garvey, I'm gonna find out about W. Du Bois. I'm gonna find out about Booker T. Washington. I'm gonna find out about Malcolm X. So through Umar Johnson, I found out, you know, in the Black conscious circle, it'd be a lot of beef sometimes. So I found out about all the other teachers during that time. You know, the Brother Polites and the Dr. Ali Muhammad, Ray Hagan. And I'm getting all this information, right? No matter what you think about these people, they are great scholars, great information, and they taught me so much, right? So I'm learning all this different stuff, trying to cross-reference, see what's real, see what's not, see what's for me. And my conversation on Facebook started to change. So you got to think about my homeboys commenting on Facebook, like, what the hell you got going on? Like, if you watch my Facebook, I don't know if Bob was seeing it when he first added me, but I used to be beefing hard on Facebook. So I used to be on Facebook, fuck you niggas, let's meet up here. One time I went to jail, and in my court document, they had screenshots from my Facebook. It's crazy, right? Wow. I used to go hard. Wow. We just, y'all know what I'm saying? Right. It was bad. So, my cousin noticed I'm going from being real vulgar, right, on Facebook, to being real political, to being real positive, to being real empowering, right? I didn't even have the algorithm for that. So my algorithm be negative, black power. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the black sheep of my whole algorithm. Literally. It was like, hey man, this is a guy you might want to go meet. She live in Houston. It was like by the name of Leak Africa in Fort Worth. You might want to go chop it up with them. They got this place called the Temple New African Unity. You might want to go. I was like, bet, because I didn't have a car at the time. And she was like, yeah, you gonna go holler at them. So I hit them up. Now I'm really excited. When you new to the community, you want to talk, right? Oh yeah. Ali was a big talker though, so I hit him up on Facebook like, man, what's up? He get right to the point. He was like, pull up, and that was it. Yeah. Like he really didn't give me much, and I had nobody to let this stuff out. Like anytime I see somebody, I live with my auntie when I first came to Texas. So whenever she would come in from work, I just go in and just let her know all this stuff I'm learning, and she looking at me like this. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah. Like, what are you seem weird though, because I'm trying to start a revolution everywhere I go. I go to the beauty salon, and they got they'll have white teachers white models on the mirror, and I get mad. So I'm just trying to find a way to. I'm trying to find my. What you gonna do with all this info? You looking for your revolution? I have nothing. I have nowhere to go. I have nothing to do with this information, but it's lighting a fire under me. And not to mention things are going on outside. The Mike Brown riots, the other riots in Dallas when the police was assassinated, and all kind of stuff. And I'm getting involved in that. I hear something going on, I'm outside because I'm already come from the, you know what I'm saying, the beef and the conflict stuff in the streets. So now when it comes to this, I'm just taking that energy and like, well, where's it? What's up? Yeah. So man, I keep working. End up giving me a car. It's 2016 now. And man, I got that car, and the first Sunday, it was Super Bowl Sunday. Man, I pulled up at Temple New African Unity. One deep, didn't know nobody. Yeah. And I'm walking to a whole community, a whole village, a whole family of people, and I don't know nobody. But I had Imani though. You know what I'm saying? I had faith that I was in the right spot. Yes, sir. Because if I didn't have faith, what would make me pull up? Right. What would make one person Sunday at that? Yeah, what would make one person pull up to a place he don't know nobody, never been. It's a whole village already created. I ain't bring no friends, no homeboys with me. I don't know what y'all gonna do to me. I pulled up. Yes, sir. And man, I pulled up, and I was embraced, man. I met Alik, I met Preem, I met you, I met our sisters. I sat in the back, you know what I'm saying, because I don't really know nobody, so I sat in the back, and you was going in, and you was teaching, right? Man, you noticed me, you know what I'm saying? You was like, what could be going on here that would make a young brother like him come out here on Super Bowl Sunday? Yeah. Right? Because, you know, most men are football fans. I'm a huge football fan. Right. And so Baba noticed, like, he should be at home barbecuing, cooking, and doing something for Super Bowl, but he here. So we must be doing something right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not, if they got me there, you know what I'm saying? Who's to say
Right.
10 more people my age won't come tomorrow?
Right.
Or next Sunday.
Right.
So whatever y'all was doing, y'all had faith in yourselves to like, we on the right track.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we bringing him in, so let's not blow this. Like, let's keep doing what we doing. This is a spiritual center, right? Whether you're a Black Christian, Hebrew, Muslim, Pan-African, if you made your own religion last night, whatever, you can come here.
Yes.
Right? And man, I felt it, man. And I was in there, and I was going home telling my auntie about it. And she was like, "What is it? Is it like church?" And I was like, "I guess." It's not church.
We were still figuring it out too.
It's not church.
Yes.
But it is spiritual though. Like, you'll feel something, you'll learn something.
Yeah.
And you're meeting people, you're congregating, you know what I'm saying? And I'm learning about the community. I'm riding around Fort Worth after temple. I'm going to the bookshops and just meeting people, man. So, and I'm by myself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Extremely rough around the edges, by the way. So my approach is different. My conversation, my way I talk it was just different. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know I'm ghetto now, but then it was like I was real rough. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
Oh yeah, you was very indigenous.
So when I met Baba at the temple, I'm like, man, what up with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I liked it. You know what I'm saying? Baba like, that what's up? And I told him I rap. He was like, me too. He gave me his album, and I gave him my album. And my album back then was just straight. It was rugged.
Wow, yes, it was.
Man, but it wasn't a place. Man, it wasn't a place where I was judged at, or man, you can't bring that here. Man, I was embraced, and you know what I'm saying? Me looking back on it now, I'm like, damn, they should have put me out if they knew the kind of stuff I was doing. I'm messing up the movement because I'm waking up.
Right.
And as I found out, you always wake it up.
It's a process, not an event.
You never woke anyway. You always waking. You know what I'm saying? It's always something else you can do. It's another level you can go. It's something else you can learn. You always can get better. You know what I'm saying? It's self-progression. That's what waking up is, you know what I'm saying? That's what Black consciousness is. So I was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So this is a pivotal point in my life. If I would have came here and not liked it, then what? I have no idea. What would happen?
And so coming to Temple, finding that community, how did that help you find your next path in life as far as becoming an educator?
Man, so like I said, right? African-Centered education what got me there anyway. You know, Dr. Umar Johnson, that's all he talk about.
Right.
So I'm coming up pretty much as a YouTube scholar, a YouTube student of Dr. Umar.
Right.
And so I'm already on the African-Centered, we need a school type. I never met nobody who had one. I don't even know if it's a real thing. It could just be something that we shooting for that we should have one day. I had no idea that these schools existed. And lo and behold, I get to the temple and they have a school. I'm like, what? That's what I've been talking about on YouTube for the past 8 months.
Yeah.
We need a school. Dr. Umar opened up a school, but these people already have a school, right? So Baba invited me out into his school. During this time, I wasn't in college or nothing. I was fresh out the streets, out of jail. After I came home from jail, my auntie was like, man, you need to move around, because I thought I was going to get like some time in jail. I thought I was going to do like some years in jail. But I ended up getting a break. So as I got a break, my auntie was like, hey, you need to leave right now. Why wait? Yeah. So I came to Dallas. And I had already been to college before and dropped out. I went to college at home. So a lot of my beef that was at home was at school.
Followed you to school, yeah.
I remember the first day I got to school, I'm looking at it like, oh, okay. And we clashing. That's how it was at college. It was no different. So I lasted 2 years there with the class or nothing. So now I go to Baba Amin school. It's at the church, right? Now, I think I can say this. The church, Baba was embraced by the pastor, right?
Yeah.
But the community maybe felt indifferent about it, because especially, I know from my perspective, me and my family, Black Christians, if it's anything outside of those Christian lines that maybe even seem like it's spiritual or something different, is the enemy.
Right.
Like the Bible and the preacher, and everybody teach against that.
Right.
So if you're not a Christian, if you teaching anything else, hey, we're against that. So the members probably wasn't as open to Baba Amin being there.
And shout out to Dr. Michael Bell and
I
Greta.
didn't want to say their name because I didn't know.
Oh yeah, he know.
Yeah.
And that's my fan. I love them over there as well. And yeah, it was definitely, we had to turn it into a school in the morning and completely disappear in the evening.
Man, so I get to the school, and Baba Mean got a school set up in this building behind the church, a real school. The kids doing presentations. Man, they so sharp. Man, it reminded me of a charter school I went to. There was it was black owned, black operated, but it was a charter instead of a private school, and it did so much for my confidence. I don't know if I ever told Baba about this, but it was a guy by the name of Dr. Walters, and where I'm from, there are no PhDs. This black dude by the name of Dr. Walters came to the community, opened up an all-black charter school in the hood, took all the hood kids out the regular school, from the charter school, right? So we was only there two years. 1 year in the church, next year we had a real building. But he had he was the best teacher I've ever seen in my life. But the community hated on him, and they ran this man out of town. They made lies about him, say he was a drug addict. This man disappeared 2 years later, right? He disappeared within 2 years. And I didn't have Facebook and social media. I never seen this man again, never heard from him. To this day, I still search him up sometimes. And I can't find him.
And that's the thing when we put programs and put schools and things on the ground, sustaining them is the challenge. Right. And one of the things you're up against is that fear of the community, that the community being afraid of what you're teaching, and yeah, I can feel that, because we've had to duck and dodge and move around, especially in our early years in Fort Worth, and be very careful with how we move. We had to exercise kuumba, creativity, in order to do it, and definitely had to have faith and to believe in your people, even while your people are coming against you.
Right.
Once you join the movement within itself. Yes.
Once you join the movement, it tests your faith in your people, it tests your love, because you got to realize you're fighting for people that don't want you to fight for them.
Right.
You're helping people that don't need your help. They don't think they need it.
They don't realize it. Right.
You're helping people that's saying, we don't need your help.
Right.
And you have to fight against that, saying, okay, I'm going to help you anyway. I'm going to help my people anyway, So get this Baba Mean school. The whole school is up during the day. I sat, man, for hours. I got there probably around 10. I didn't leave till like 4 o'clock. And I was like I was an intern, really. And Baba Mean teaching the kids learning so much. I'm like, man, this is what I want to do. I realized it right then and there. I want to teach. Like, I'm learning about African-Centered education, but I want to join the movement. I had faith right then and there that this could save Black people.
I see. Right.
So the stuff that Baba Mean was teaching at Temple, the stuff that Umar Johnson was teaching, the stuff Malcolm X always taught, I believed it. Like, I wasn't the one that just it wasn't trendy for me. It was a lifelong dedication. It's a journey for me. You know what I'm saying? So once I decide that it works, or I think that it works, I got faith that it works, I'm rocking out. And after school was over, Baba Mean had to take down the whole school. Like, every decoration, everything he have, take it down. And the next day when he come back up, he got to put all this stuff back up again. I was like,
every day.
That's commitment. Who would do that? Like, I have a classroom now, but I wouldn't take the first day I take my decorations down, I'm never putting them back up. I can't do that every day.
Yes.
You got to have a certain level of commitment and dedication. You got to have a certain amount of Imani in your people that says this is worth it, right? So Baba Mean did that every day. And I was just stunned by the commitment. I was stunned by the kids' excitement in the classroom, what they was learning and how they was learning. And I was like, hey, I want to do this, Baba. I want to be a teacher. So when I left Uhuru Academy that day, I decided, hey, man, I'm going to go back to college and I'm going to be a teacher. But I felt like I was too old to go back to college. I was like, man, I can't go to college. Man, I'm 25, 26. Yeah. I was like, man, I can't go. And I seen a post on Facebook that made me that boost my Imani, man. It boosts my faith a little bit. Not a little bit, a lot bit. And the post said it was by Kendra Smith, a guy I went to high school with. He was a senior when I was a freshman. And his post said, I don't know if Kendra know this, but Kendra, man, he really inspired me with this post. He said that don't put off your goals because of how much time it may take, because the time's gonna pass anyway. I was like, what?
Yeah.
That is 100% facts.
Yeah. Time gonna pass anyway. Don't
goal,
let time stop you. Yes.
If your goal takes 10 years to complete, whether you do it or not, 10 years is gonna pass.
Right.
And once the 10 years pass, you're gonna be like, I would have been done.
I say.
Man, so I end up my cousin was at Philander Smith College, the HBCU. I always said that whatever school I go to would have to be a HBCU. So it's the HBCU in Little Rock, Philander Smith College, Philander Smith University now.
Yeah.
I went with a mission. I didn't go to find myself. I didn't go to find out what I wanted to do, to meet people. When I enrolled, I have a agenda.
Yes.
I have a political agenda. I have
very intentional. You know why you there.
I have a cultural agenda. I have a racial agenda, right? I have a spiritual agenda. I know why I'm going. So man, I signed up to Philander Smith College. I majored in education. And to make a long story short, man, I blossomed. I took what I learned from Baba Amin. I'm telling y'all about the one time I went to Uhuru Academy and got inspired, but that was my last time going. That was my last time going to Temple. I was going for years and years and years. You know what I'm saying? Until I decided, let's go back to school. So, and when I went to school, when I come back for the summer, I'm teaming up with Baba Amin. Whenever I get to Dallas, I'm pulling up. Whatever he's doing, wherever he at, wherever he's working at, I'm coming to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming to participate. When I went to Philander, I missed RBG Family Weekend the year before, but this time I said I'm coming. I brought some of my partners with me.
Yes, sir.
After that, I brought some more of them with me.
Yes, sir.
And we was going there so much that I decided to bring Baba to Philander. So I'm blossoming at Philander. I'm putting the B back at HBCU. I'm bringing Black culture to HBCU. I'm a bug to the administration because I'm telling them, do this. We need to be more pro-Black. And the president, the vice president, and everybody on campus will tell you. You know what I'm saying? So they ended up giving me a budget, like $1,500. Like gave it to me, like, well, you need to throw a program for Philander's. It's called Philander's Mandate, right? Yeah. So it's a whole week of programs, right? It's a program, it's a whole week of activities, like how to dress for success, right? How to tie a tie.
Right.
What to do on this on a job interview or whatever, stuff like that. So with my $1,500, I decided I'm gonna bring Baba Amin in. I'm gonna fly him in, buy him a ticket. I'm gonna pay for his lecture, whatever his lecture price is. Baba Amin gave me a great deal, and he came because I only had $1,500. I got the whole program. So,
right.
Man, Baba Amin gave me a great deal, so I paid him to come. And man, did he make me look good, man? It rained. It rained the day. So when it rained, people don't come out. Yeah. People don't come out at all when it rains. And they don't have to be there. This is not mandatory. This is something that I threw.
Right.
Nobody's getting rewarded to come.
Right.
But it was a good turnout.
Great turnout.
Such a good turnout that after the program, Baba Amin is like bombarded with like 25 male students.
Yep.
3 female students.
Yep. I have that picture. Yes.
And just want to know his opinion. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about this? So when this happened, did you do this? How you feel? Do you feel successful? Do you feel like you sacrificed too much? I remember somebody asked about me, do you feel successful because of the stuff you was in college? And man, it was they just wanted to know.
Yes.
Everybody just intrigued, man. After that, they followed him all the way to the cafeteria.
Yes, they did. Yes. We had a whole other session in the cafeteria.
It's like it never stopped. So now we're still talking. The lecture never stopped. We just took it to the cafeteria and we eating there. And it was a great day in the cafeteria. So it's good food. And man, I was like, bro, I'm on the right path. Like the money I had in my people led me. The money I had in Afrikan-Centered education. So I know education saves. It saves lives because I'm a prime example. And I went on from there to just, man, I went to I started to teach in Africa for a summer. The next summer I went to study in Africa. After that, I started teaching at Clinton Elementary in Little Rock, Sherwood, Arkansas. I ended up graduating after COVID. And the first year I got out, I taught for a year at the Uhuru Academy.
That's right.
It came full circle. Man. If I would have lost Imani, right? If I would have lost Imani and my people, if I would have thought this wouldn't work, then it wouldn't. It wouldn't work for me. Right. I'm a part of the people too. So if it worked for me,
Right.
then it's working for the people.
That's right.
Right.
That's
So when it comes to talking about Imani and having faith, like Baba said, we believe in people. So I believe in African-Centered education. So this program that Baba Mean have, it works.
Yes.
And it's needed. So we need it.
And
It needs funding. It needs to be bigger. It needs to be more people that can hear about it.
Absolutely.
To me, it's like a superhero. I know sometimes Baba Mean real reserved. He don't really care about being in these spaces and stuff. But I just think and I believe, I got faith that it'll change so many people that I'll be wanting it everywhere. I'm like, nah, but we need it here. We need it here.
Yeah.
We need to go on CNN. We need to go on Fox. We need to go debate somebody. We need to go to colleges.
All the beef just so you can talk, right?
I just want to put it in everybody's face because it was so good to me that I want to share it, right?
I say.
So man,
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. You know, and I'm super proud of you. Now you've been with the Katherine Johnson STEM Academy in DeSoto, Texas, for what, the last three years?
This is my third year.
Your third year, and after your training with us, with the Uhuru Academy, you basically took our model into the public school, didn't you?
Yeah, man, it's the only model I know. You know, like it or love it, this is what I do. So
tell us some of the results, like what kind of impact did you have? Because I know number one, a lot of teachers are afraid to be African-centered in their classroom, even if they have an all-black school. I live in a 96% black town out here, and I had a child tell me that's a senior at the high school that they black history teacher, their history teacher who's black actually said, "Ooh, I wish I could teach y'all our history, but I can't." How did you figure out how to do that in Texas?
Man, honestly, and Texas is one of the most strictest states when it comes to critical race theory, teaching black history, things like that. But man, to be honest, the way you teach, right? You teach from such a loving perspective that no matter what the preconceived notion is, once someone actually meets you or have an encounter with you or come see you, they can't help but to embrace it. Because they realize there's no hate here, right? It's nothing to hate. It's nothing to be scared of once it comes from you. Like when you came to my graduation, my family never did libation. They don't know anything about it. They don't know anything about it. They kind of like not with it. But once they met you, they was like, oh, this was
powerful libation ceremony.
This is what Sean been learning, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, whatever you do, you got to come from a loving perspective. I love my people. So in my mind, I think it's going to be hard for anybody to be mad at what I do.
I say.
If you come watch what I do, when you see that, there's no way you can say I'm hurting somebody. There's no way you can say that I'm being a detriment to nobody's learning once you see what I do. That's what I believe, right? So I took it to the classroom and the kids embraced it. They embraced my energy. I was just doing my best Baba Mean impression. I'm saying my first. That's what I was doing. I took it and put my own spin on it. And I was embraced by the students. I was embraced by the parents. Man, whatever I needed, the parents, they there. You know, and once you embrace once the students embrace you, they perform for you, right? And when I got to Katherine Johnson, we were the D-rated campus in the state of Texas. Within 1 year, we went to an A-rated campus in Texas. So I'm not saying that I was the sole reason, but I had to play my part.
Absolutely.
I had to play my part because I'm a tested subject. So it's a certain criteria I have to meet. And not only did I meet the criteria, we ended up getting distinguished. We're distinguished in Texas when it comes to science for the past 2 years because of my scores along with the other teachers. Right.
Okay, well, let's stop right there. Hold on. So you bringing an African-centered approach to the classroom, right? And science. And because this is important, because this is one of those areas that traditionally our children are not doing well in.
Right. Usually science is one of those critical subjects that people it's hard. Matter of fact, I got critical subject pay when I first started teaching because science is a critical subject. Nobody wants to teach it, and it's hard, right? And in order to get a master's on science, the scores are higher. Like, for example, to get a master's on English, you need about 80%. To get a master's in math, you need like an 80%. To get a master in science, you need an 89%. You can't hardly miss any questions on the state test.
So you're teaching the state criteria on the science, but you're blending like seamlessly your frame of reference and everything. You're teaching them our journey in science.
I'm teaching the TEKS from my African perspective.
Yeah.
The only perspective I know. And I feel like if my school is 88% black and my classroom is really like 98% black.
Right.
Why not? Who perspective should I teach? If the teacher is African, the students are primarily African, what other perspective should it be taught from? And I don't think the African perspective will hurt any student, whether you're black or white anyway. Because think about the Eurocentric perspective that they've been teaching forever. They teach like it's all someone's cultural center is gonna always be of the focal point of any lesson. Like you gotta have so I don't go around and boycott other teachers when they teach from that Eurocentric perspective. So I don't expect it to be no boycott outside my class for me teach from my perspective. And it was working.
I was saying, what better way to not ask permission, but to ask forgiveness? What better way to ask for forgiveness than with an amazing test score, collective test score?
So every time we did our common assessments every 9 weeks, the district give it to you to kind of make sure you teaching what you're supposed to teach. So the common assessment, you can't prepare for it. They don't let you know what's on it, because if you knew what was on it, all you would do is just stop the week before and just give your kids all the answers. Right. So the teachers don't know what's on it. So the common assessment is given to everybody in the district just to see. And the common assessment is based on, at this point of the year, you should have covered this by now. So it'll see if you're behind or if you caught up, whatever, right? Every time we did a common assessment, I'll outperform the district by double digits. So the district average is a 65%, mine would be 80%. If the district average is 70%, mine would be 82%.
That's data. That's some powerful data, right?
And I sent the data to Bob. Remember, I sent it to you, right?
Yes.
It's on every single test. So I knew leading up to the state test, when it comes to the STAR test, I knew we'll be okay, right? And that's how we get a distinction. We got a distinction in science right now. And man, those kids rocked out. Not only did they rock out, before they rocked out, they had the biggest Kwanzaa celebration they ever had in their life. The first one they ever had when I got there. Then we had a Malcolm X Day party that was even bigger. And I created a community that was so strong that I raised a few donations and we had like a pizza party, right? One of my parents called me yesterday, matter of fact, during the break. One of my parents, Musa, he's from Burkina Faso, West Africa. And he called me and man, he went off on me, man. Like, and Musa's like, hey, we don't celebrate Black Man's holiday with pizza. We don't do that. I'm gonna cook for you.
Wow.
Man, Musa went out. If you don't have a complaint, that's how you complain.
Yeah.
A lot of people complaining with no
action.
You ain't got no action. You just criticizing. Like Baba Mean used to always say, criticism is welcome, examples are preferred.
All
man,
day.
Musa, one of my favorite parents ever, man. That's my boy. Man, he brought me so much traditional African food that he cooked and that he bought. He brought us jollof rice, plantain, rice and beans, ginger juice. I think he brought oxtail. Man, he brought everything.
So we're talking bringing our culture into the classroom. We're talking improved student engagement, improved test scores, improved parental involvement.
Exactly.
Now you got Kwanzaa celebrations, Malcolm X Day celebrations.
Just had my third Kwanzaa celebration at the school. It was huge. You know what I'm saying? I got parents.
I saw clips, man.
And this is my biggest flex right here, Bob. This one I kind of like, okay. It's parents I never meet. So I left 5th grade this year. It's my first year teaching middle school. I'm teaching 6th and 7th grade. Mm-hmm. I got parents I never met, right? And 5th grade parents. I see those parents be like, man, Mr. Gales, I thought we was going to have you this year. And you didn't move to middle school? I wanted my son to have you, and you going to move to middle school. I'm like, yeah, so one more year. I said another parent. So I brought my friend from Louisiana to take my spot in 5th grade. And I was in his classroom one day, and the parent stopped by.
Willie. He went through the Uhuru Academy training too. Yes.
I recruited him to come to Uhuru Academy too. So now I'm recruiting him to come to Catherine Johnson. And she was like, Mr. Willie, you got some big shoes to fill. Mr. Gale's the truth, man. I wish my son was in Mr. Gale's class. And Baba, and I play it off, man. I'm like, yeah, but really, I have no idea who those parents are. I never met them in my life.
Word travels.
The kids coming from 3rd and 4th grade to 5th grade now. I never met the kids. I mean, through the hallway, I see them, but I don't know them.
Well, so what was going on inside your classroom was impacting the culture of the school outside of your classroom.
Man, definitely, man. When I walk down the halls and I see Riley's in my class now, but he was in 3rd grade when I got there. And when Riley walked up to me, that's when they played Marcus Garvey. And when Riley walked with his fists out, Black Power. I'm like, Black Power, Riley. And I never have him in my class, so I don't even know why he felt that. But when you got that energy, they know.
They know, yes.
You know, so I'm like, man, he just felt comfortable enough to me to walk up to me and share that. You know what I'm saying?
And wasn't he one of the ones that was kind of getting labeled?
Yeah, you know, a lot of people had preconceived notions about Riley or had their mind made up about you know.
And I mentioned earlier in the broadcast about being dark skinned and the expectations being lowered. You know what I'm saying? Because we attach so much negative behavior to our ethnicity, like they're one and the same.
Man, yeah, and that's why I know, man. We need.
He looked like Marcus Garvey.
African-Centered education is needed.
Yes,
he a star to me now, man. Like that speech he gave last year, I was like, whoa. I'm talking about like the passion, and he always passionate, right? So now, he's a pure mediator of school now. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. So he went from being a young man that was labeled to be a problem in the school, needing mediation. Now he's a mediator.
He's a pure mediator. So when we have beef and stuff in the schools, he's one of the people that's supposed to go around and settle it. You know, he's a leader. Man, that's my boy right there, man. I'm super proud of him. Man, wow. He a leader now. You know what I'm saying? So, man, like this year for the Black History program, I can't wait to see what he do because I know he gonna sign up. A lot of the fellas, like a lot of the male students, they don't like to sign up and do nothing. Yeah. A lot of the female students, they be on it. The male students be kind of cool. They don't want to be embarrassed if they mess up because the girls might laugh and not like them. But I know he's going to sign up.
Yeah.
He gonna sign up, man. So stuff like that will keep me going. No matter how hard the job get, no matter what kind of trouble I get into, if I'm late on some paperwork or something, the students make it worth it because I have faith that what I'm doing is gonna impact somebody.
I say,
like I'm doing this like it's not just a job for me. I'm fighting white supremacy. This is a revolution to me. Right, so I come up with smiles on my face, and people like, Mr. Gales, you always in a good mood. You always positive, but now I go through a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Once I get out the car and walk through the doors, it's time to fight. So I'm thinking about it like if a boxer's in the ring, that's how I fight white supremacy. If a boxer's in the ring saying my side hurt,
right.
Also died last week. I don't feel like it today. I feel that's a chance that you're gonna get knocked out. And I can't let white supremacy knock me out. So I come in and I fight, man. Like, and this is a part of the revolution to me. Like everybody got a role to play. Like you got the infantry people, you got the people that walk around with the guns and the European Mutant Gun Clubs and the New Black Panther Party that play, and the Fruit of Islam that play that role, right? In the Fruit of Islam don't carry weapons, but like they infantry, they security.
They are weapons,
Exactly. You got they train. They are weapons, right? You got nutritionists, right? You got people like Dr. Layla Africa and the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and they teach you how to eat to live. And you got people that have different purposes in the movement. Yes. Everyone you got people that are financial wizards, right? Like Dr. Claude Anderson. And you also need teachers, right? People that can teach the youth, right? Just because you have a PhD and you can break down metaphysics, don't mean you can teach youth. Just because you're the smartest person in the room, don't mean you can be a good teacher. So this is my role, right? Like, I think every Black person in the world, not just in America, has a role to play in making Black people great again, right? Right. We're going through. We came through a Ma'afa, right? We came through an enslavement. And before the transatlantic slavery, we went through the Arab slave trade. It's been an attack on Africa and African people for the past 2,000 years. It takes a collective to overcome that. And we're overcoming it, right? So we're making progress. So it's no way I can be like, nah, I'm good. I'm not. Nah, I come every day ready to work.
That's
I
right.
gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? Like I can imagine one of those ancestors on the plantation one day, right, being enslaved. What if somebody would walk up to them and say, "Your great 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 grandson gonna be Jay-Z. He gonna be a billionaire." That wouldn't. There's no way they can believe that.
Right.
So I don't know who in my class. I don't
Right.
know. If
You have no idea who's in there. You have no idea.
If Jay-Z is in my class, or if Dr. Sabi is in my class, or Malcolm X is in my class. I can't let them down.
I say.
And I can't change my approach. So it is what it is, man. It's working. Man, if one Malcolm X come from my class, or one doctor, or if the next teacher come from my class, hey, I feel accomplished, man. I think the ancestors will be pleased. But I think if I don't try, that means I don't have faith in my people. If you think the fight is over, if you don't see no light at the end of the tunnel,
right,
then I think, man, you lost faith. And man,
yeah.
And word to Kwanzaa, man, you can't lose faith. So you can't lose Imani. You lose faith, then what? What do you have after that? You don't have to believe you can do it, and you can't do it.
Right. And that feeling that you described, you say you don't know who's going to be the next teacher, you know, and that's what keeps you going. And when you see that, the feeling that you're going to have, that's the feeling I'm having right now listening to you. That's the feeling that I have watching. I'm like, oh, I'm playing with house money, you know, because I helped plant your seed in the ground as a teacher, you know, and you know, and we're going to take you from the school system soon because we raising money.
Oh man, that's the thing,
yeah,
man. Like,
we raising money and we got plans. So school system, do your thing, but Mr. Gales is coming back to the Uhuru Academy soon enough. And I was excited because now we've even started training teachers. We did a teacher training together this past year in Marlin, you know, and just taking those techniques into the classroom and empowering those teachers to go in and bring not just the African culture. Yeah, you have to be culturally relevant, but even just having an empowerment attitude,
right?
Just even having a vision development attitude when you go into the classroom and understanding that we're there to pull out the greatness that's already there. So you have to believe in who you're teaching.
Exactly, man. Because we didn't have no vision development in my school. We had great students. We had people that were real smart. And when I go home now, and those students, man, they working they at Burger King. You know what I'm saying? They on the block. They smoking weed. They getting drunk. They on drugs. I'm like, man, these people have potential, bro. I'm talking not just scholars, but athletes that had great potential. They didn't even make it to high school because they had nobody to mold their vision. You know what I'm saying? It's just raw talent or raw genius that nobody never developed. And it's untapped potential in every hood.
Yes,
every neighborhood is untapped. I'm like,
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's no coincidence that when you go to jail, you find the most talented people in the world in jail because well, we know that the prison industrial complex, it targets African people.
Yes,
African people are the most talented people, right? So when you target Black people and put them in this one place, and no matter how rough this environment is, how toxic it is, man, people come out of there with new religion.
And saying I want to shout out to my sister Tammy Pierce of the United Black Contractors. She was saying that one of the issues with getting more Black men and Black people involved in the trades and vocations and in contracting is that the only place they go to learn the skill is in prison. So they come out with a prison with the skill, but then they can't hire them because they got the felony.
Man, that's cold.
And the only way they can go on work is to go back to prison.
Yeah.
Man. Because they took the trades out of the schools and put them in the prisons.
Yeah, because I was in school, they definitely had trades and they had welding and CNA classes. And people take funding, man. Like
they take funding. They de-emphasize that, and then you just emphasize a standardized test. All you need to do is show us that you can reading comprehension, math, and do that on a certain level, and they say you're ready. But what are you ready for? If you don't have a plan, you're ready for Walmart.
Even if you go to school and be extremely successful, right? You graduate with a 4.0. If you don't know what to do with it, then you
You run the risk. You run the risk of how many go to college?
The next doctor of the community, but you working on an oil rig, right? You need to be a doctor, right? You could have been a professional football player, but you selling dope now, right? You could have been the next nurse or the next teacher. But nobody told you that, or nobody told you how to do that, right?
How to do it. Because we dream it, but dreaming it and planning it is two different things. That's why at the Uhuru Academy, in order to graduate, you have to present a life plan. I don't care how your math. I mean, that's great. Your math and reading scores are good, but what you gonna do with all that? Right. You know, and you have to present your life plan to your parents and to us, and then to the community and any other stakeholders in your life. This is what our 12th graders have to do. Right.
But a lot of people lost faith in the Black community and don't believe that anything great can come from it anyway.
That's right.
And that's why we're needed. That's why the Uhuru Academy is needed.
That's right.
That's why we need those donations. We need the funding. I can't wait till we get that big $20 million grant so we can really show the world.
Oh, that endowment is coming.
Because what we're doing now with almost no funding is pretty much second to none. I can't wait till we can make this on I would say a global scale, but we're already global.
We're already global. We're already international. The family in Ghana is watching right now. You know, and we're gonna grow it. You know,
I just feel like if we can finance Nike and we can finance Netflix, those people live off our money. Man, they live off our money and they're not doing nothing for the community at all.
Matter of fact, their factories are overseas. The factories in Indonesia. You know, the factory is not
they offering jobs, man. Like,
right. You know, and so we need to build an education system that builds people, that builds pipelines, right? That builds pipelines into vocations and skill sets that also turn around and feed our community as a whole, right? And so one of our goals this year, and we're raising $100,000 just through this fundraiser. Every month, at the end of the month, the last 7 days, I'm replaying these videos.
Okay.
Right. So we're doing Kwanzaa 365. And what we're doing, we're going to be signing up 1,000 new monthly patrons in 2024. That's one of the things that we're doing, right? 1,000 new monthly patrons, 1,000 people a month doing $10 a month. That's $10,000 a month. That's $120,000. With $120,000, we can complete and finish and market our online learning platform, uhuruacademy.org, that we're building right now. It's going to be the most powerful online learning platform for Black people in the world. It's going to include our K through 12 live online program, our K through 12 pre-recorded program, our Operation Reconnect adult education program, and Uhuru University, where you'll be able to get certifications in the skills of today and tomorrow.
Man, you can't beat that, man. So it's not like we're asking you to help us create something. No. It's an opportunity for you to join something already great.
Yes.
Right? Yes. So if you want to I said earlier that everybody have a role to play in the revolution, right? But if you feel like you work 12 hours a day, so you ain't got time to play your role can be financing the people who are already doing it.
That's right. That's right.
I tell people $50 a month going to Baba Mean, we're doing the work, but we need your help. And you're instrumental in it, right? It's not like what we're doing is more important than what you're doing. What we're doing it because of what you're doing, right? It's a collective. It's about Ujima, collective work and responsibility, right? The second day of Kwanzaa, Ujima. It takes all of us. It's not an individual effort, right? You can't. Malcolm X can't do it by himself. Marcus Garvey can't liberate Black people by himself.
I say,
right? It's the rank and file members, right? It's the people that somebody had to, like Baba Mean told me, somebody had to design those uniforms for Marcus Garvey. They just as important as him.
Just important.
Marcus Garvey would been out there with a tank top on.
Imagine what happened if Dr. King marched by himself. The real hero is the sanitation worker that marched and he got to stay in the town when Dr. King leaves.
When he leaves, and he put his job on the line. These are unsung heroes. So the person that's going to work tomorrow, working a 12-hour shift, the nurse that's watching this on YouTube with the volume down, right? When she's sending that $50, man, it's gonna help us with scholarships because we're tuition-based school, right? We don't get any funding from the state. So the only way we can survive is through tuitions, right? But sometimes it's hard. And some people might say, I can't pay my tuition this month.
That's right.
So if I can't pay my tuition this month, by all means can't pay his light bill this month. But that $50 that you send, you just cover tuition for this child, and that child just cover light bill for Baba. And the next $50 gonna cover for our guest speaker that comes and teach people how to do cybersecurity. And the next $100 gonna come when we get our website finally developed and finished, so we won't have to be on Zoom no more. We can be on a Black-owned site. And man, it takes a collective.
It takes a collective.
And this is our 14th year.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't missed a day with very little funding. So with your help, man, what could we do together?
You know, it's through Imani that we're here. And there have been times where Mama and Koyo and I look at each other like, are we gonna have school this fall? And we always look at it and say yes, even when we don't know how. And we just keep moving towards it, preparing for it. And something always happens. The community always shows up. An opportunity always presents itself to make this happen. The universe wants this to happen. Right. And so we're convinced, y'all, like we're in it. Right. And we want you to be in it. This is your opportunity to be a part of it, too. And yes, we're always enrolling, just in case you're wondering.
Bob, I was wondering, man, I've been around you for years, now since 2016. Mm-hmm. So I know the sacrifices that you made. Mm-hmm. I know how hard it is to do what you do. Because you're not just a teacher, you're a principal, you're a business owner, you're your own school board, you're your own
flyer marketing with
market. And I know that you could have easily gotten a PhD mm-hmm. and been an adjunct professor at any school.
Right.
Could have been over the social justice department at Wiley College right now. You could have been a lecturer, go around giving lectures. Mm-hmm. Man, what was it that'll make you sacrifice all of that for this, to start your own school? Why? What was it that make you say, instead of just going to the public school, getting my PhD and becoming a superintendent, or becoming a professor at the college, or becoming the black guy that CNN call every time someone's killed and get your input?
Right.
What made you say, I don't want to do that. I'm going to take the road less travel and do what's needed, but it's definitely way harder?
When I realized it was needed, when I realized that collectively, those of us that were working on in the youth programs, we were being exploited, and we were putting Band-Aids on bullet wounds. And also my education. I left college after 1 year, but I left college and I went right into community engagement. I went right into teaching. I went right into teaching, but I was teaching in the projects in the community room with 30 children in there that didn't have to be in there. This is where I'm learning how to teach. Then I started getting jobs, like at the Branches Educational Center, and I worked my way up to being the lead instructor. I was the only one there who didn't have a degree, but everybody there worked for me except the owners of the school. And I was training. So I found that teaching was my calling. But of course, you got to pay the bills. So I'm getting jobs and I'm getting new opportunities. I went to the Juvenile Detention Center for a minute. Then I went to the Coming Up Gang Intervention Program for a minute. Then I was working for Workforce Solutions for Tarrant County. But I always had this feeling that more needs to be done than just what we were doing. The companies I worked for were more concerned with numbers than impact. As long as you get them sign-in sheets and turn them in, they good. And if you do too much, then they're on you. They're criticizing you. You ain't got to do all of that, right? And so I got tired of putting Band-Aids on bullet wounds, and teaching is my passion, and just talking to God. I was like, I have to do it. I have to do it. I got married to Mama and Koyo, had a corporate job for a little bit, and the time just came. We were doing a Uhuru camps on spring break and the summer break, and them babies wasn't calling it camp. They was calling it school.
Yeah.
And it just came to me, why not start a school? And I knew it was going to be hard, but I'm like, but this is righteous. It's righteous to do this. It's needed. And we're going to be okay. And I was prepared. I know how to teach multiple grades at one time. I was prepared.
Man, what you do is, man, like, it's unprecedented to show. Like, I don't think people understand how hard it is and the sacrifice that you made
Yeah.
Because you didn't have to do this, man. Like,
no, my family and I, we tighten our belts for this,
yeah, man,
and even though this was my vision, because we started from scratch and it was going to impact everybody in my house. My wife, Mama Nkoya, was instant co-founder. She's not my wife and just in the back. She had to get engaged with it. You know what I'm saying? And she did. And man, it's been a powerful journey and a powerful story. And I love what I do. It doesn't pay in cash well. You know what I'm saying? But we've never, man, we the best living people who ain't got no money in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because our houses would be beautiful and you know, being out here in South Carolina, you know where we live. Right. Being out here in South Carolina now, working with the Washington family. When we were in Houston working with the Prince family, we were living in the suburbs, you know, and I was picking up checks from Rap-A-Lot. You know what I'm saying? And it's just we're always just fine. And it also helps our house be full of love. My children are raised in an environment of helping other people. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. But the thing is, we need to make this thing solvent because the Uhuru Academy has to outlive me. Right. It needs to be 100 years from now. We need more Baba Amins, more Sean Gales, more Haley Layers, more Nkoyo Binas. And that's what this fundraiser is all about, multiplying. I see Brother LeVar Watson, who's been on, you know what I'm saying? Brother, we need to meet, right? He wants to get involved. And that's what I'm talking about, right? Creating those opportunities. So when brothers like LeVar say, I want to get involved, I'm going to say, okay, yeah, the Mwalimu training course is online. Right. You know, or the next in person, because if you're gonna work at a Uhuru Academy, I got to see you. You know, so you need to come out here to the land, to the UASC campus, stay in the Airbnbs, and go through the week-long training like y'all did. Right. Right. And so it's about that, man. And this is a multi-million-dollar endeavor. This is just a small fundraiser. This is a small $120,000 fundraiser here, but fundraising is ongoing. Right. And we need a few million to do what we need to do to build this out to where, you know, we have schools on the ground. We have the online program. We're fully staffed here and abroad. That's a multi-million-dollar annual budget.
I don't think people understand how understaffed we are because there's no way we can pay a teacher's salary right now. That's why I had to go into the public school. Right. We need, man, if I can just imagine what could we do with our school if we were fully staffed with teachers that we train? Man,
school in the world.
I can just imagine it, man. I'm imagining the impact we having right now to go from 12 students in a church to now 60 students online, 20 on a campus, students in every time zone, students in Africa. We got students from London. We got student Sean in the Virgin Islands. Yeah. I'm like, we doing this completely understaffed, completely underfunded. What could we do if we had the help of the whole community, the whole race, the whole everybody? If we had funding like if LeBron was to come in and drop in $100,000 a year, right? And Chad Ochocinco or Carl Anthony Towns, whoever.
Right. And we're 501c3, you know, so it's a tax write-off. Well, part of our strategy, and of course, those donation endowments are going to come. But a part of our model is to make our schools self-refueling and self-funding by having campuses, right, where we're engaged in industry. So they're learning woodworking, but they're also building sheds, and we're selling sheds. Right. So each campus is going to be designed to be a part of an industry. And I don't know if it's going to be January or February. I'm going to come in and I'm going to break down in detail our strategy on how we're going to build Uhuru Academies all over the world. We're going to embark, once we establish ourselves online, we're going to embark on a land banking campaign. One thing I've been meeting, the further east I move in America, the more Black folks I find who got land that they're not using. We can use land donations to undergird our school to build equity for our school and our program, right? And turn a portion of your family land into a tax write-off. We're going to put a sign in it and say, future home of an Uhuru Academy. Right. But we're also going to use...
We don't use...
Yeah.
tons of it, man. Like
I know y'all on my list.
288 acres, man, that we have.
I have 288 acres, right?
Yeah.
What if we parcel off 10 of that and donate 10 of that? Make it a write-off for the family. Put a sign say future home of an Uhuru Academy. Now, the goal is to put an Uhuru Academy right there. But even with an Uhuru Academy not being there yet, the equity that land represents brings value to our school.
Right. That land was a whole town, man. My family had their village back there. They owned their own stores. They didn't experience a lot of racism because they didn't have to go to they had to go to town. They had their own, right? I remember
everybody say get out the hood. Don't nobody say let's build one.
Man, I remember you said in one of your lectures always say ownership is protection.
Ownership is protection.
My grandma and them, they didn't have to go. They went to town Saturday night to go to the movies, and they back on the land. And we owned the stores and had all the stuff. But then when Las Vegas opened up, everybody moved to Las Vegas during the Great Migration.
Right.
People to New York and Detroit. Everybody where I'm from in Louisiana, everybody went to Las Vegas.
Wow.
So during the Great Migration, everybody left, and now nobody's on the land, Baba.
Oh wow.
Nobody. I'm gonna take you one day.
Yeah, no.
So that can be the Uhuru Academy, man. Like I got faith, I got Imani, right? And we can turn that into a Uhuru Academy. We can turn that into a community garden.
Yes.
We can turn it into a man. We can be black farmers who come out here. And
absolutely.
Right now, what we doing with it?
What we doing with it? So that's going to be the next phase once we get established online. So there is a plan afoot. Y'all's job is to donate. Y'all's job is to spread the word. Y'all's job is to enroll in the Uhuru Academy. Right. And so Keith say, let's make that an Uhuru Academy field trip, and definitely we definitely need to do that. Yeah. Right. And so imagine that campaign, man, that land bank. We get our Booker T. Washington on that land banking campaign, right. And we have the United Black Contractors, that we already have our build. We're building the relationships necessary. We're tier 2 suppliers right now, y'all. We could do some amazing things in the retail space also to undergird our schools. So another way that you can support, and let me go ahead and do this right now, right? Now, one thing I want to give y'all a gift, all right? I want to give you all a gift. This is the Uhuru Academy coffee mug, all right? And you can go to our store right now, uhuruessentials.com, and purchase this coffee mug. But another thing you could do, if you take this video and you tag at least 50, if you share it and tag at least 50 people, send me a screenshot to babamin@uhuruacademy.com. Your mug is on me.
Come on.
Your mug is on me. If you take this video right now and you tag at least 50 people in a post saying this is a must watch, we're going to send you an Uhuru Academy coffee mug as a gift. Just shoot me a screenshot. And
man, come on. You can't beat that with a stick.
Yeah. Just shoot me a screenshot and we'll do that. Also, you can visit our school store at uhuruessentials.com. And let me make sure I put that up here as well. All right. Y'all, we don't just want you to donate. We offer services too. We offer products as well. All right. We have to be creative. We have to use Kuumba. when developing our school. So if you go to uhuruessentials.com right now, all right, you can buy Uhuru Academy merch. But guess what we're doing now? We have partnered with Alms Marketplace, and we are now tier 2 suppliers, and we have access to thousands of products, even name brands that you already buy. So if you're homeschooling, you can buy your school supplies from Uhuru Academy. You can buy furniture from Uhuru Academy. You can buy computers from Uhuru Academy. Y'all might not believe me though. So let me just do this because this is a whole other presentation within itself. So let me just do this. Let me go to school essentials.
I can't wait till y'all put those blazers on there because I need one of those blazers.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to get you a blazer. We got school essentials, pens, construction paper, things that you can buy in bulk with us, right? We're going to have we have home essentials. We selling tissue, bath tissue, candles, paper towels. Forget Sam's Club. You're going to come to Uhuru Club in a minute. We have technology essentials, right? Let me do this and take that up here. Y'all see all them categories, don't you? Let me just put our products, right? We got smart boards for teachers. We got Galaxy tablets. We have laptops, gaming laptops, laptops for school, Chromebooks, Microsoft Surface Pro tablets. I mean,
oh yeah, we ain't playing.
Yeah, man, we're not playing. We're not playing.
Come on,
right?
y'all, tap in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tap in.
So we believe that without industry, there's no education. Without education, there's no industry. And so we're working hard behind the scenes, partnering with industry, major and Black people that are in the supply chain, Black people that are in the distribution chain, to get us access to things that we can offer our community at a competitive price. But when you buy it, you know that you're supporting education at the same time.
Ashe.
We working.
We working, man. We ain't playing. We need y'all come. We need y'all come work with us.
That's it. That's the only thing missing is y'all.
Don't wait to say, I knew y'all could do it.
Yeah.
We need you to do it with us. We knew you can do it.
Make it a week thing. Let's make it a week thing. Only thing missing is y'all, man. Only thing missing is your ideas. We don't just want your money. We want your ideas. Our babies need your ideas, your expertise. Right. And so come in with a holistic mindset. We want your commitment.
Come volunteer at the school.
Yes, right.
Yeah, come teach a class one day.
Come teach a class. Matter of fact,
you know how to do? What a professional.
Matter of fact, see, y'all think I'll be playing. He's talking about come teach a class, right? Y'all think that we playing, right? Matter of fact, when Uhuru Academy.org is launched, and let me do this right quick, and then we're gonna shut it down. We don't went over the time on Imani. That's what I'm talking about. 7 days, I'm supposed to be tired and not trying to do it. We don't went overtime.
Man, hey, I'm enjoying it.
So this is under development right now, right? But when Uhuru Academy.org is launched, right, you will be able to go to Uhuru University, and what they say right there, build your own course. All right.
Oh, you can't. Then people can sign up for your course.
Yeah, then people can sign up for your course. You can offer a course for free or for pay.
Right.
Teachers how to for pay. So now Black educators, homeschoolers, educators, starting your community school, your home school, launch your online program online and get revenue while you're asleep. Get revenue to help undergird your efforts in the community.
That's what I'm saying, man. You can come teach us plumbing one-on-one.
Right. And if you're a public school teacher, come over to Uhuru Academy and teach us stuff you can't teach in school. We'll even let you take on an African name, and we won't tell the school district you over teaching Black power. We got you.
Yeah, we got you. We ain't turning nothing down.
Yeah. Oh, and all this is a Black web designer, Sister Shanice doing her thing. You know, our whole team is amazing. It's amazing. There's so much Black genius out here that it's just ridiculous. All right. It's just ridiculous. And this journey, this faith, this Imani has led to us meeting them. I just presented one to you all tonight, Mr. Gales. I just presented a beautiful Black family tonight, the Mortimers in New York and Keone, right? We're not talking about what we're going to do. This is something that's happening.
Gonna be a part of something great.
Gonna keep an eye out for Bill Joe. It's coming real soon. It's coming real soon. And the more successful this fundraiser is, the quicker that Bill Joe gonna come.
We need to finish getting this website developed. Yeah, we need all hands on deck.
All hands on deck.
I'm be a part of something great. This will be a part of your family legacy too.
Ashe. Cancel that Amazon, that channel on Amazon you don't watch no more, and go be a monthly patron.
Yeah, I can picture somebody. Hey, I'm donating this 50 years from now. I'm donating to Uhuru Academy because my mom used to donate and my grandma used to donate before her, so it's part of our family legacy now. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm the kind, I don't mind naming a library after you.
Oh yeah, come on. Have a whole class dedicated to you. Name the garden after you. Let's go, man.
I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for coming on today. Family out there, I appreciate you all for being on here with us today. I think I'm going to end the day with a little music, a little What's Your Name from me and Mama and Koyo.
Okay.
And let me see what we got here.
We rap too, y'all. I don't know if y'all know, but we rap.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would do Told Us, but you know, I wrote that one for the streets. All right. Oh, let me get rid of one of these videos so I can add that one. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, happy new year to y'all, man. Hey, it's a great way to start the new year. I appreciate everybody that look LeVar over there tagging too. LeVar over there tagging. That's what I'm talking about. Now, let me go and play this video, LeVar, so it won't be gone off by the time they come over here. Let's see here. All right, y'all. This is What's Your Name? By Bob, I mean, Mom and Koyo, aka the DOK in Ebony Essence. We got a whole lot of philosophies. Whichever one you got, as long as it's down with black people, I'm down with it. Stand on it. Stand on your square.
Yeah. It's still a lot of debate about who we are. Cats arguing, we ain't African, we ain't black, we ain't this, we ain't that. Man, truth is, we all of that. Cause all of that come from us, you know what I'm saying? It's all about where you gon' fit in. Yeah. Yo, what's your name? You an African, an American, or an Israelite? Black or more, Muhammad or a provocateur, what the business like? You Malcolm X by any means. Chief Turner, Dr. King, keep a burner, you repeat. Look at me, who you see, I'm Garvey. When I rap a bar, every line is a blacker star. I'm Master Far cause I understand who these crackers are. Nat Turner's my avatar, my attitude so desolate. I'm a mocking dog. These Europeans know what I mean. I'm Farrakhan, never will I run. Robert Williams with a gun. George and Jonathan Jackson, Dr. Joseph Ben, Yakanan. Show and prove like Dr. Clark. I'm a goon cause I got the heart. I'm Dubois cause I'm hella smart. I'm Denzel cause I got the part. I'm Bianchi, Sutton Khufu, Mansa Musa, Shaka Zulu. I'm with Mia, I'm with Tulu. If I was Jesus, what would you do? I'm a Negro and I'm colored. I'm and your brother, yeah, I kill you, but I love you. Accept your own and reject it. What's your name?
What's your name? And why don't you now know what your name was then? Where did it go? Where did you lose it? Who took it? And how did he take it? What tongue did you speak? How did the man take your tongue? Where is your history? How did the man wipe out your history? What did the man do to make you a done?
What's your name? It's a Chigaboo, it's a Porsche monkey, it's a Sambo. It's an Oreo, maybe Revolution is just too much for the handle. I ain't carrying no scandal. I ain't scary, got ammo. Harry tough with a candle. Time to pick up the mantle. I'm a son to I ain't Queen of Zinga. Nefertiti and Queen of Mina. Half she said and the Queen of Sheba. She thinks she God, please believe her. Name is Osada, great escape. Angela Davis, Keith State. Winnie Mandela, refuse to break. I'm animate, refuse to hate. I see straight through cause I'm late today. Miss Fanny Lou, I got things to say. Miss Shirley Chisholm, I paved the way. The homie queen came to slay. Better survive, I mean my Malcolm. Black love is the only outcome. I won't stop until y'all have some. I might set this gon' happen. I'm Oshun, come bless the altar. I'm Miriam, I bless the Walter. I'm Olakuna, I drive my daughter. I'm Oya, I cannot falter. I'm the one to give birth to stars. Masterful, how I work these bars. Series B to the earth to Mars. KOS, reverse for stars. What's your name?
What's your name? And why don't you now know what your name was then? Where did it go? Where did you lose it? Who took it? And how did he take it? What tongue did you speak? How did the man take your tongue? Where is your history? How did the man wipe out your history? What did the man do to make you a done? And you are right now.
Man, that's the jam right there.
Yeah, man. But hold up. I'm gonna give him at least a part of it. Wait a minute. Hold up. I gotta give him at least a part of this though. Hold up. Let's go here.
Oh, what?
This right here is Pat.
Oh, man.
He's gonna tell y'all some good things about our
Nothing
Lord.
wrong with it.
Thank you, Master Stupid. Thank you, Master Stupid.
My birth real clean.
Oh no.
Today I'm coming from Ephesians 6:5. Say, slave, obey your earthly master with sincerity of heart and respect and fear, just like you do Christ. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Steve-O got the Midas touch.
Yes, it has been a powerful week.
I done sold rocks, I sold gold dust. I done did shit I was supposed to. I'm just living life how they showed us. I'm just doing what the world told us. I done sold rocks, I sold gold up. I done did shit I wasn't supposed to. I'm just living life how they showed us. I'm just doing what the world told us. The world told me to only stay black and die, and measure my success by the niggas I leave behind. But one time to find my niggas in headlines on the news, he was slain by one of his own kind. They give us what we need to complete our own demise. They set the body free, but they enslaved the mind. The streets under siege from the poverty and crime. I spent my last G, then my car was declined. I still got beef with the whole other side. Still gotta eat, so I'm out here on the grind. Throwing rocks at the pen, just waiting to get my time. Waiting on my friend to come and see me, but she lied. She came last week, but this week she inside. My daddy wanted to see me, but he couldn't find no ride. Now my OG in the hood, everybody know about pride. This the mindset to keep the prison occupied. I tried to get a job, but my app was denied. I guess I'm still a nigga in my shirt and my tie. Go to court next week, but I can't pay my fine. Life getting hard, but at least a nigga tried. Told the judge I had a job, but technically I ain't lied. I had my Uncle Rufus sell some weed on the side. Often I reflect as I gaze at the sky. Grandpa got probation, but they gave me some time. For the school that Jesus to betray our own kind. Respect the white man, but we slay our own kind. Daddy going to jail, gotta do his own time. It hurt me to my heart when I see them babies crying. The hood getting hotter and the streets still on fire. They open up the jails, but they shutting schools down. They ask you for your vote and you go and stand in line. You know the crack of line, fall forward every time. I done sold rocks, I sold gold up. I done did shit I was supposed to. I'm just living life how they showed up. I'm just doing what the world told us. I done sold rocks, I sold gold up. I done did shit I was supposed to.
I'm gonna let it play. Y'all excuse the language.
I'm just doing what the world told us.
Fuck the world, are we cursed? I've been teaching, but yet the story's getting worse. I've been reaching after G's in every hood. Niggas think you gotta do bad to live good. Should I stay broke or take a drive? Show me how the school gon' help a nigga stay alive. Sitting in the dark with a fucked up mind. Looking for a spark, all I need is one sign. Am I serving God or fucking off my time? Niggas seem fine being deaf, dumb, and blind. Here I am trying, interrupting my grind. Yet I still find niggas in the same bind. Refuse to stay behind, wanna see my people climb. They act like they don't want it, poverty should be a crime. I heard a lot of OGs lost their mind, flunking out their youngsters over IG lines. Damn. Y'all niggas gonna be about it. Be about it. Organize. Don't listen to what these motherfuckers tell you success is, what rich is. Define that shit for yourself. Food, clothing, shelter. Yeah.
Come on, bro.
We pour libation for George and Jonathan Jackson. We pour libation for all our ancestors we lost in the Middle Passage. Libation for all our ancestors, man, who transitioned on the plantation. But we give thanks because they persevered. They survived. It's our job to learn from it. It's our job to be stronger from it. They might cage up our bodies, they can't cage up our mind. They scared of your power, black man. They scared of your power. They scared of what you know. They scared of what's in your DNA, what's inside of you. You don't gotta be behind these walls to be in prison. There's plenty of people walking out there that's in prison too, because they don't know who they are. They don't know whose they are. We gonna overcome this like we've overcome everything else. Tell your homies out there on the streets, man. Tell them to buy the block. Tell them to buy it. Tell them it's ours now. When we come home, we want something to come home to. It's time to redefine what a gangster is. Time to redefine what a G is. Let's show them what we do. Let's show them what we capable of. Black power.
Black power. Black power.
Black power.
Man.
Hey.
Best video ever.
Come on now.
Favorite video right
there. Amazing.
Hey, it was hard making that video in the summertime.
Hey, it was hot out there for real. That wasn't no acting.
It ain't no acting. It was hot.
It was hot. All right. Hey, man, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate all y'all watching. Like, share the video, support the Uhuru Academy. You can make a donation right now at Cash App, $Uhuru Academy. You can also scan the QR code in the upper right-hand corner and make a donation as well. Hey, Habari Gani, Imani. Peace, y'all.